Okay, so we're now logged into the PsychInfo database, and you can see here you've got a box that asks you to enter search terms, and that's part of the basic search. Alternatively, you can click on the advanced search button, which allows you to make your search more specific. And so I'll just briefly illustrate the difference here. So at the moment, the project that I'm starting work on involves looking at personality traits that predict smartphone use. So I'm going to type in some keywords, and these are words that broadly describe the project or the area that you're looking at. So I've typed in personality and smartphone, and if I click search, something might happen. Yeah, okay, great. So what we see here is that we've got 173 results. For most things that you search, you're going to get more results than that. The reason for this is that the area that I'm researching in is quite new because we haven't had smartphones for very long, so there isn't as much literature. In contrast, if I type in something like AGGRESSION, aggression and personality, and we search, you'll see we get a huge volume of results. So we've got over 16,000 results there. There's loads of different filters here for how you can narrow that search down, and I'll talk about some of those in a moment. For now, we're going to have a look at the advanced search. So in the advanced search, I'm going to type in smartphone. This here is a way of adding different key search words. So here we're going to click and we're going to type in personality. And these boxes here tell you where the word has to appear. So I want the word smartphone to appear in the abstract of any journal, of any articles that are found. And I want the word personality to also appear in the abstract. Down here, I'm going to limit this to peer-reviewed articles. So peer-reviewed papers go through an official process where another expert in the area reviews the work and makes sure it's of sufficient standard to be published. And that's what we really want. We want to look at peer-reviewed articles so we know that we're looking at the best science out there. Here we can specify a date range. And so we can say that we want papers that have been published between, for this we'll say 2008, because smartphones didn't exist prior to that, up to the current date, which is the, 26th of June 2019. Okay, so this narrows our prospective search so that it only gives us work that's been published in the last 11 years. Then we click search. And so last time we had 150 papers. This time you'll see that we only have 45 papers that meet these search criteria. So it's a really effective way of narrowing down your search and making sure that you only get the most relevant research. So here we've got some further options. This sorts your papers by relevance. You can also sort by date. I don't know why you would want to do that, but it's an option that's available to you. Here we've got the various publication dates, and you can see actually that it's only giving us papers from 2011 onwards. The reason for that is smartphones didn't become available until late 2009, early 2010, so there wasn't any research on them previously. If we knew that we wanted a paper from a specific journal, we could click on one of these, but we're interested in all of the papers in this area, so we're not going to do that. Whoops. This gives us the option of the type of publication that we look in. So often here you'll see things like PhD theses, but because we've already clicked the peer review papers button on the previous page, it's only actually showing us peer-reviewed journal articles. This is a list of keywords, so it refers to mobile phones, smartphones, personality traits, and so on. So if you wanted to narrow it down based on those things, maybe we only wanted an adult sample, we could click the adult button. This is a broad classification of the area the research was carried out in. So you'll see that most of it here is in personality traits and processes. Here we can look at the age group, and this is potentially interesting to you if you, for example, are only interested in adolescence, or if you're only interested in young adulthood. And again, you can narrow down based on the sample characteristics. You can also narrow down based on the population. So for example, if you were interested in something like depression, you might want to click on inpatient or outpatient groups. Similarly, the methodology, whether you're interested in an empirical study or a longitudinal study and so on. And finally, the language. So you can see all of these publications are in English, but often you'll get ones in Spanish, German, etc. And so you might want to narrow your search down so that you only look at English language publications. And so there you have it, a quite rough and ready guide to how to do a literature search. I hope it's useful.